Hey Zombie Prowl, hey Destron Decepticon. All good here. Hope you're both doing well. Yeah, I got the Final Fantasy tunes going here. Trying something different. We'll see if it gets deleted from the final video or not. Hey RJ. We're back for another week. Hey Candy. Thank you very much. Nice to be streaming again. Hey Clock Fox. It's been a while. Yeah, great to see you too. I'm getting the old crew back together here. Just want to be a little bit more sure of myself here. That's why I'm going back through with the template and the pencil. Yeah, thank you. That was a specific request to use the toys as a reference. It was to be in my own style, but using the toys for like the detail, and doing like an homage to the Jerry Paris UK #1 cover. So it's kind of a lot to take into account there, but we're making it happen. Oh, we're blurry. Tuesdays, I don't know yet. We'll see how this one goes. I'm going to be streaming most, if not all, of this piece right here. And we'll see after that. Maybe I'll stream some other stuff. Maybe I won't. I'm not quite sure. I guess this is kind of a trial period here. Excited for TFCon LA? Yes. Yes, I am. Tentatively excited. You know, there's a lot more involved with traveling now, at least in terms of things that could go wrong. But, you know, try to be a glass half full type of person and not think about any of that stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of folks that are going to be there that I'm really looking forward to seeing again. And yeah, should be a good time. Knock on wood. Anybody here in the chat going there? I keep losing my reference here. Hey, Robots with Coffee. How's it going, man? Yeah, it is a heck of a lineup. I think everybody's itching to get back to it that hasn't yet. Oh, I gotta get off of this Canon thing. It's starting to drive me crazy. You know, probably a little too obsessive with the toy detail here, but that's kind of the idea, so. How's the volume on the music? Is it too much? Too little? This is the soundtrack to the Final Fantasy remake, which I've played a little bit of. Mostly my son has played it. It's hard to get the controller out of his hands. But I am enjoying it so far. I'm only a very short way into it. Anybody know how many parts the entire thing is going to be? It'll be a pretty significant amount of content that they need to get out there. Breath of the Wild, yeah, that's a cool looking game. That game makes me wish I had just nothing to do but roam around in that world and figure out all the puzzles. I've only played it a tiny bit. My daughter has it. I've watched her play it. Alright, more of this kind of meticulous detailing here. started some of my TFCon. Well, I shouldn't say some. I started one of my TFCon commissions this week, which is an IDW Grimlock, which is kind of fun. Interesting thing about IDW Grimlock is I think he's pretty much had the same design since the very beginning, like Maximum Dinobots. But every artist kind of has their own take on the detail, especially in the chest area. So every piece of reference I look at looks just a little bit different. But that means I get to pick and choose what I want to use, so it's all good. I think Nick was the originator of that design. But then everybody kind of had their own take on it. Alex, Brendan, Jack. Who else drew IDW Grimlock? I referenced some of my own art from Lost Light. I was like, nah, I like how the other guys did it better. Just kidding. I just didn't have a ton of angles on my own. What did I do there? I guess that goes all the way down. There he is. I have a question. There's apparently a Toy Hall of Fame, right? Have you guys heard of this? How are neither of these things in the Toy Hall of Fame? Because they should be. That's right, tape decks forever. Completely irrelevant, but that's what makes them cool. Let's see, I think I want a more extreme angle on that. sort of using an imaginary line at the center of this thing here, which usually works out okay, but every once in a while it's a bad idea. That's what they make pencils for. This one worked out just fine. Yeah, that blaster figure looks nice, I think. Wouldn't mind getting a hold of that one. I know having more than one figure of a particular character isn't typically a problem for your average Transformers collector, but I don't have a ton of space, so I'm kind of, I don't know, man, I'm still vibing with this guy right here. Titan's Return. You know, I don't know about the Headmaster gimmick. That's not really, it doesn't really do much for me, but I think this figure is pretty darn cool. I like the visor. Reminds me of the toy, the G1 toy in the Marvel comic, or even the early IDW comic. So, yeah, that new blaster looks sweet, and I, you know, I'm not saying I'm not gonna get it, but I'm just saying he's already got a pretty good figure. Although that new one is very, very G1, which I do appreciate. All right, jumping around again this week. I don't know what's with me. I keep just kind of jumping around from part to part here. I'm sure you'll all forgive me, though. Well, some of you will. I don't know about Paul. Yeah, I think I'm going to focus on finishing Optimus here. Hey, this is not a ruler. There are no markings on it. So, settle down, mister. Most of this is going to be just black there, but I'll get a little detail back there. Yeah, tools of the trade are handy to have around. Kind of fudging Prime's little elbow joint here because he really doesn't have one. It's kind of one of the struggles of working with these, toys, especially the older ones. You kind of have to, a lot of them don't really articulate well or at the angle you want them to or whatever. So you kind of have to make up how these joints might work. All right, we'll do these, the little holes in the smokestack here. Just kind of using the straight edge to guide me here so they're not all over the place. I'm not using any kind of like template for the actual holes themselves. We've got on the toy there's a couple rows of them, and then on the side, at least the one I have here, there's just an open space, so I'm going to stick with that. And then there's a few more down at the bottom, so apologize for my the shadow of my hand kind of covering up what's going on here, but this little open space is going to allow me to do a little shiny doodad there, which I like to do. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do it now. Why not? We're living on the edge. Get the nice wider brush. Kind of hit a little straight but squiggly line. Just kind of gives the impression of a little shine on metal. So typically I like to do one thicker line and then one thinner line to kind of complement it. It's a little thicker than I want. There. Look at that, shiny metal. Guess I'll do the other one before I forget. A lot of time, or most of the time, I will do that sort of thing after I erase the pencil lines, just so they're really nice and crisp. When I go to TFCon, do I ever leave my table and walk around and buy toys and merch? Not often, honestly. I stay at my table 95% of the time, 99% maybe, who knows. Yeah, I do not get up often and walk around the showroom, which I should do, but I don't know. It doesn't really happen. Sometimes I'll be looking for something for my kids, which I know is kind of weird. Should be looking for me. But yeah, maybe in LA I'll get out and about. See what's hanging around the showroom. A lot of times when I'm making my way into the showroom in the morning is when I'll kind of peek at some of the display cases hanging around, the third-party toys and stuff like that. A lot of those things I don't actively collect, so it's just kind of cool to see them in person as opposed to a picture online. You think? I don't know, Candy. That's just weird. It's funny, people, it sounds like you're using the excuse like, oh yeah, this is for my kid. But sometimes it really is. You don't have to say that at a convention though. You just say that at Target. Oh yeah, it's for my kid. I haven't bought a toy at retail in a long time. There was a period of time, maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago or so. Whenever like kind of the Energon, Armada, Energon, Cybertron, Unicron trilogy, that's what we call that. When that stuff was out, I used to kind of be able to swing by my local Target and check it out. Nice. Yes, boys, and boy fans. Boys and fans. I don't know how old that graphic was that I shared. If anybody's watching this and wondering, there was some sort of, it almost looked like what you would see in a PowerPoint to sell to a vendor or something, these Transformers like eyeglasses, but it was promoted as being, I don't remember exactly how it was worded, but as mostly a boys, or entirely, I guess, a boy thing, but at one point they just used the word fans as well. But I don't know, I'm not describing it well. It was, one of those funny in a tragic kind of way things. Yeah, you don't see a ton. I think a lot of the kids you see are like when, the general public in whatever area that the show is in. That's where a lot of the kids come in. Parents that live in the area will bring their kids to the con, which it's always cool to see. All right, Prime, what do you got going on in this inner leg here? This one will probably not be one of those that I put out there to color. This I will actually be coloring this for the person who requested it. So I'll probably share that. Yeah. What is wrong with you? And Generation 1 Optimus, sadly, you cannot get him into that pose from that eyeglass ad. So, you know, maybe somebody needs to do like an add-on kit or whatever they call it, where you can add some joints to them so you can pose them like that. I still have no idea who drew that, but I found that pose wildly entertaining. Well, that's being very generous. I am definitely not a master when it comes to coloring. Truth be told, I would love to see your take on it too, but there'll be plenty of others for that, if you would like. I always forget to ask people. I'm sure some of the folks who are getting commissions would love to see, you know, would love to have me put them out there for people who did want to color them to give it a shot. This might be like sacrilegious to a Final Fantasy person, but I always get the Tifa theme and the Aerith theme mixed up. I'm not sure. Which one is this? Help me out here. On the video, it's actually listed in Japanese, so I can't tell. I think it's Aerith. I always feel like I'm saying Aerith with a lisp, because wasn't she originally just Eris with an S? Am I imagining that? The original game, I think they used an S. Man, now we get some action again. Yeah, I just remember when I was first sort of getting into the online art community thing, how cool it was to like collaborate with other artists, and you know, have somebody who, you know, was into the color thing color my work. It was just such a cool thing to collaborate and make a cool image. So, you know, I like to encourage that as much as possible. You know, if me putting some line work up, you know, gives somebody a thrill to color, or, you know, just enjoyment, then I want to keep doing it. Well, I'll be doing another sketchbook. You know, I would like to. I don't think I'll be able to have it ready for this show coming up, but yes, at some point I would like to do another sketchbook. Oh yeah, Candy, I want to see the, help me out, is it Beatdown and, oh god, I can't remember, your two cassettes that I had a lot of fun drawing. Beatdown and Bass Drop, that was good. Yeah, those were very, very cool, very fun to draw. I guess they were a very memorable character. Plus, you know, I'm a sucker for Casseticons. You know which one I really liked that you did, Candy? I hope I'm getting this right. I think you did, and you might have even... Did you commission the Rosanna? Or did you just color it and it was somebody else's commission? Or am I completely wrong on all of that? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that was, I thought that looked really cool. Alright, there's no way I'm going to do all the exact detail in these wheel wells here. There's a lot going on in there. So we're just going to kind of do a little reasonable representation of that. Try to make it a little more, I think I've got room to make it a little more inset there. It's not what you guys logged on for, to watch me play with templates. That feels a little better. I think this one's actually pretty much on the right track there. Just gonna add another little layer to it. There's going to be some significant shadow coming from the little, or the big explosion right here, so I shouldn't fiddle with that too much. Aw. curves are they're tough. They're tough. I was going to say they're the worst, but no, you get a long curve, that is really difficult to freehand. I know some people can do it, but for me, like, getting these little curves here are like, you know, just so helpful for, you know, when you have to do any sort of a long, consistent curve, especially if you're doubling it up at any point. All right, I've almost finished Mr. Cullen over here. Just kind of getting a hint of the some of the shadow that where I'm gonna sort of black in parts of this. But just like the shiny parts, I like to do a lot of that after I erase the pencils. Alright, I guess it's just his weapon that I need to finish up here. And it's already after 9 o'clock. How long have we been going here? Wow, nearly an hour. Time is not on my side. But when is it ever, really? I still got to figure out if I'm going to try to get together any new prints for LA or just stick with the ones I have. I think I have some new ones since I was out there, but it would be the same selection of prints that I had at Baltimore. So it'd be good if I could get a new print or two. You want to print to this one? Well, that would be up to the owner if they wanted me to make prints available. But I have a feeling that won't be the case. Where do I get my prints done? There's there's a couple of different websites I actually use. I've tried several. I like a site called PrintKeg is where I get a lot of them. They have nice quality prints on, you can have several different paper stock options. All right, Optimus is pretty well squared away in terms of the basic line art there. Let me finish up the, let me see. Let me get the laser blast here. You wish you could go. Yeah, we'll miss you, Paul. I assume I would see you in Chicago in October if I went to that convention. Trying to somewhat mimic the, I think I'm off camera here, the spirit of the original here, but not copy it exactly. In the original, it's got kind of a almost angular, almost more electrical laser blast happening, but I don't know. I want it to look a little more organic and a bit of a straight shot from the rifle that Soundwave would be, you know, pushing up over his shoulder. All right, new coloring book. I have to say I haven't colored in any of my personal copies. Someday. All right, I should probably get Buzzsaw done over here. Don't tell anybody, but I always found the Laserbeak Buzzsaw model to be kind of annoying to draw. Let's keep that between us, okay? Love the figure. I think drawing it is just, I don't know, it's just very, it's not a lot going on. You can't really pose it well, you know? You're just essentially drawing the toy in, you know, the pose that it can go in. So playing through the remake, you know, you meet Cloud right away and Barrett right away, and they go through their little, you know, sequence in the beginning, blowing up the reactor and all that. And, you know, I got nothing bad to say about, you know, either of those two, but it wasn't until I saw Aerith and Tifa that the nostalgia really hit, which, you know, I wouldn't necessarily expect that. I didn't you know, when I played it as a kid, it wasn't like they were my definitive favorites or anything, but yeah, they definitely hit the nostalgia feels. Hey, don't worry about it, Paul. It's all good. All right, so his little tail thing comes up over that. It's geometric shape drawing time. Whee! Doesn't every kid that wants to be an illustrator dreams of drawing trapezoids and parallelograms in perspective? Dreams really do come true, kids. It's just a little dry humor there. I'm not complaining. I'm very lucky to be able to do this. But also trapezoids and parallelograms. And if I keep streaming to this stuff, you guys are going to have to hear me whistle at some point. My poor family, when I'm here with my headphones, I just start whistling whatever's on. I don't even think about it, it just happens. I don't think it would happen on a small G1. Characters were very boxy. And I love them for it. Well, I love them. All right, let's see. We got this little bit going here, going over under the wing. It's like another little tiny hidden, weapon laser gun thing built like right into the body of the toy. I know, I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm not going to do all of this action here. That would just make me want to die. But, you know, we got enough to make it look right. Yeah, Yeah, this little guy, I don't know if you can see it. My lighting is so sharp, but right here there's a little tiny laser gun, or whatever, a barrel I should say. There we go. So I got the other talon like way up here. Best reference, yeah, Generation 1 toys. That's what I like to use. All right, I guess we got a little more detail in the cannons up here. Whatever you call the little chromed pieces.